first order of business. What the hell is a hootenanny?
What
the hell is a hootenanny? You ain't never heard of a hootenanny? It's like a jamboree, but you hootin' your nanny.
Okay.
Do you hoot your nanny?
Yes, sometimes.
All right.
So
It's
you know,
a party.
wait.
Listen. Hold on. A hootenanny is a party down in the holler. Okay.
okay.
Too much
I just
moonshine.
want to say, right, as the priest,
Yes.
I watched Oppenheimer on Sunday, like you guys told me to.
Ooh.
And it was, in my opinion, can you see me when I turn around, by the way? Like, can you see the animation?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Anyway, so I watched it.
What am I doing? What was I doing?
And
I was eating my fingernails.
it
Sorry.
was probably...
Sorry about that. I didn't even mean to do that voice. It just came out.
Sorry about that. It was probably one of the best movies I've ever seen. Obviously,
Right.
I'm a huge nerd.
It's the second best Christopher Nolan movie. It's great.
Yes.
It's
It
fantastic.
doesn't beat
Christopher
Interstellar.
Nolan.
Yeah, Interstellar's better.
You didn't know it was Christopher Nolan?
No.
Dude.
I am so upset and also happy that you know this now. Yeah, it's Christopher Nolan, dude.
Come on, man.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, God, I should stop looking around at you.
Yeah, please do not get us in trouble with the law today.
I would never. Dude,
Listen, Cletus already has about 10 outstanding warrants, so we can't be pulled over.
Drinking while driving, driving while drinking, drinking while drunk while driving. Where are we, by the way?
How big is the map? Is it
It's massive.
gigantic?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's Christopher Nolan, dude. I honestly am surprised you didn't know that. That was the whole reason why. I mean, I would have seen it either way.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was Christopher Nolan, I knew.
So what else has Christopher Nolan done?
Inception, Interstellar,
Dark Knight, the Christian Bale Batman trilogy.
Yeah, Dark Knight.
Oh, he did those?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they're good.
Oh
Yes.
my God! Yeah, no, that had some pedigree.
Memento.
Yeah.
Is there a train
I mean,
coming?
you want to name the dude?
Oh, I did just watch Insomnia, which was a fucking fantastic
yeah.
movie. He didn't get credit
What's
for writing
Insomnia?
it. It's with Al Pacino and Robin Williams. It's about a detective going to investigate a murder.
Right.
And something happens that starts to cause him to not be able to sleep.
Right.
And him and the murderer start to communicate and in this weird way. You have to watch it. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was fantastic. He didn't get credit for writing it, but he wrote the final screenplay for it.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't
was
think
fantastic.
of a bad movie that Christopher Nolan has made. I really can't.
Some say Tenet was bad. I haven't seen it yet.
I thought Tenet. Okay, Tenet is not as good as Interstellar or Oppenheimer, but I thought it was good. I thought it was fine.
I need to
think
watch
the
it.
problem with Tenet is a lot of people
Why is
don't
this guy in the middle of the
understand
road? Get out the road, idiot!
He's drunk, dude. Go past him.
Yeah.
Go past
God,
him.
don't take out
Obey
the
the
gun.
traffic
You
light.
want Cletus to get out and handle this?
Did you just pull out a gun?
No!
You want
he
Cletus
has
to
a
get
gun.
out and handle this?
What are you doing?
What did you do to
Obey
our car?
The
I'm
law.
trying, dude. That's not what I thought it was.
Do you even understand what the police want me for?
All right, hang
He's
on,
scratching
hang on,
his
hang on.
Oh God! I
I
just
need
clicked
to-
out of my screen.
Kermit was scratching his head.
No, get
Was
in
it
the
like the
driver's
perfect
seat.
emote?
Yeah.
Get in the driver's seat. Why are you in the driver's seat?
Guys, we're totally steering away from the idea of this series.
Kermit!
Oh,
Get
sorry.
back in.
Sorry. How do I switch seats?
There we go.
Listen,
man.
you just hit the priest
I
in the
can't-
gonads with the door. What's he supposed
You
to do
don't. You
now?
can't let me drive. I got frog feet.
Oh God.
Anyway, Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about Oppenheimer,
So,
right? That's the whole point.
At first, I was a little bit like, "Wow, this guy's not moving." At first, I was a little bit, "Wow, this movie's really slow and like jumping a lot." But my God, was the setup so worth it? Probably about halfway through the movie, because we have recliner seats at our cinema. Halfway through the movie, I like sat up and was enraptured by the movie.
Yeah. By that point in the movie, the one that you guys are going to know that I'm talking about, I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but I mean, how much of a spoiler is it?
Can we
the nuke goes off.
Okay,
I think we're
The
gonna say
nuke
we
goes
spoil
off.
the movie.
And the 10-minute lead up to that moment had me, because me and Skilly saw it in theaters together, like in person, and he could attest to this too. I was like, my foot was going.
Yeah.
Like the way you are. What are you doing?
The dock is like blocked. We can't.
Do you
get
just
into
stay
it 'cause
there?
it's
Obey
nighttime.
traffic laws.
You're going the wrong. What is wrong?
Jesus Christ! Do
I'm
I need to
sorry.
drive, man?
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Okay.
We have said the Lord's name in vain so many times in the presence of a priest.
Me. Yeah, thank you.
Listen.
What? Why does my camera sometimes start cutting to the wheels? I don't want to watch the wheels.
If you press B on a controller, you can get like a cinematic camera. Yeah.
Anyway.
So I like that the closer and closer you got to the bomb, the test happening, the more they added a Geiger counter noise in the background for like the audio swells and everything. It was great.
No, fantastic. Yeah.
What were you laughing at?
Just you squeezing through that illegally. The editing and I mean the history of it and the story being told is great. I think that's fantastic. I know a lot of people are like that era, like history buffs.
Yeah.
But just from a cinematic standpoint, the editing in that film, I have to say, like if Interstellar didn't have, scientifically accurate depictions of black holes and the entire story itself wasn't guided by an actual like astrophysicist.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson, wasn't it?
No, it was Kip Thorne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kip Thorne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm sure Neil deGrasse Tyson has a lot to say about Interstellar, but Interstellar didn't have that in terms of like cinematic experience, Oppenheimer would top it 100%.
See, I watched Interstellar somewhat recently and loved it. Absolutely adored it.
Yeah.
I think because
like
I'm
Oppenheimer
such a history buff, right?
Yeah.
And I adore everything to do with nukes and the atom. I like terrifying myself before I go to bed at night. It just blew me away. And the end of the movie, obviously, this
That
is
one
a
line,
podcast about Oppenheimer. Well, it's not really a podcast. It's a car cast. It's a grand cast
Carcast.
about Oppenheimer. But so spoilers ahead. But like watching, what was his name? Guy who played
Cillian
Iron
Murphy?
Man. No, the guy who played Iron Man.
Robert
Oh,
Downey
Robert
Jr.
Robert
Downey
Downey Jr. That whole reveal, because I thought the movie was over when the nukes went off. No, it just went into this whole amazing espionage section.
He was being like the whole thing is being told from the perspective of him being not the whole thing, but majority of the film is being told from the perspective of him being interviewed by those people.
Yeah.
As like them questioning whether or not he's a communist.
Yeah.
Essentially,
And
he's being
so
interviewed.
that needed a resolution for
And
sure.
then it turning
he's
out
being
that the
interviewed
whole
for
reason.
his security clearance renewal.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it was a
Yeah.
front, basically, for
Yeah.
that.
Well,
But
it was
the reveal of it
Yeah.
all being Robert Downey Jr. that caused it.
Yeah.
Indy and I had talked about that because I think that part's a little confusing for some people.
Bloody idiot!
Is back then, if you didn't have your security clearance to work on the top secret government
gonna do it.
projects, you were outside
I'm
of
gonna
the
do it.
like cutting edge science, right?
Right.
So they basically made a farce of his renewal to kind of like make him the scapegoat for all the atomic bomb shit. They knew that they were never going to give it back to him after that, right?
No.
So,
Well, that's the thing too, is like I love the part where, and I'm assuming this conversation likely took place, but when he was saying like we don't really have a choice, like if we don't do this and develop this,
The
then we
Nazis
know that
are
the
the other
Nazis
ones,
will.
or the Russians.
which is
And we know
absolutely true.
exactly what they're going to do with it, so we literally have no choice but to do
What I
this.
really appreciated was because the Nazis would have beaten us to the A-bomb if there hadn't been rampant anti-Semitism. Most of the top physicists were Jewish at the time, and if Hitler wasn't so incensed by the idea of the occult.
So wasn't Oppenheimer a Jewish German? I
No.
mean, of course, he
No,
was
he was
born in
American.
America. No,
Yeah.
he was born in America, but his parents were Jewish Germans. They
I
immigrated
don't
from Germany.
actually know if that's true. Can you
can
look that up?
fact check us,
Fact
Indy.
check it. Fact
It's
check
true.
it. No, you
Skilly,
do it.
you're the fact
You're the
checker.
checker.
Fine.
This guy is not
Fact check.
going.
It's a red light. What do you mean he's
It
not
was
going?
green earlier.
Oh.
What? That's a red light!
Get him, Popo!
Should I do it? No.
What an idiot. No, not you. Why?
I'm the popo. I'm the.
You were not
I'm
the-
the priest.
The Popo of Jesus? oh my god, dude, these people are maniacs. It's so accurate to real life.
Yeah.
Yes. Oppenheimer's parents were Jews from Germany. They immigrated, but they were non-practicing. He was born in America, though. He was the first of his family born in America. So yes, he was technically
Well, listen, the
Jewish.
Germans had Heisenberg, so.
Yeah. That's a really weird, though, if you think about it. Just from a coincidence standpoint, though, the man who's the father of the atomic bomb was a German Jew.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And then just because at first when the drumming happened, because the drumming happened before the reveal of the actual, like, crowd and him getting PTSD, I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is there this, like, drumming feet in his head? And all that, and then it got to that scene, and just watching like how his PTSD, how his trauma was making him visualize all what he had unleashed on the world, basically.
You know, that's the thing about Cillian Murphy's performance. He does I believed he was haunted.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know, like I bought that he was Oppenheimer and that he made the bomb and that he felt responsible for, you know, all those deaths.
You know, there's always a good tell for actors, and if they can pull off a performance, is when you during the film you fail to realize who they are, like in real life.
Yeah.
When you start to believe their character, and I was worried about Matt Damon, but as soon as he came in. He was, what was his name?
He was General Groves.
General Groves, yeah.
Really?
He was the general. Yeah.
That was Matt Damon. It's literally his face.
Okay, he's recognizable as Matt Damon, but you do forget it's Matt Damon. When I first saw him, I was like, oh, that's Matt Damon, but then you forget immediately because he did a really good job.
There were a lot of premier actors.
Yeah, you got Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Cillian Murphy.
Emily Blunt played
Matt Damon,
Oppenheimer's wife.
Yeah.
Fucking insane cast, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Nolan's always got a good.
The guy from Drake and Josh.
Yeah, Josh Peck. Josh Peck did. Yeah, he did great for his role. I'm proud of that guy. I love that guy. I'll go out on a limb and die on that hill.
Yeah,
I love that guy. Is amazing.
Like
I've seen him in so many podcasts. He's like genuinely the most down to earth dude, and he's just so sweet. Oh my god, what is happening? These people.
It's red.
Is this based on a real city, by the way?
I don't know.
Okay. Because I know San Andreas is San Andreas.
Because Vinewood's on the hill over there.
I think this is based on LA. Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, like the accurate sound of the nuke going on, it made me jump both times.
Okay. I'll say that. We saw it in IMAX, and I've never seen an IMAX film before. The sound is a little jarring. Like I know that if I watched it in like a home theater, the sound is probably perfect. Like it's mixed probably extraordinarily well. But in the theater, they don't fucking cap that at all.
No, but
there were times where I'm like cringing from the sound because it's so loud, and I had an old couple next to us literally plugging their ears every time something loud happened.
Our seats all had subwoofers in them for our movies.
Oh, fuck
so
you,
we
dude.
were feeling the blasts.
Yeah.
It was insane. But like the first one, I was expecting it because obviously sound travels slower than light. It's fine. But then they cut to the next group at the observation post, and then out of nowhere, it's boom. I'm like, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I definitely think Oppenheimer has to win whatever awards there are for sound design, audio engineering, whatever is 100%. Fantastic.
Dude, I gotta say, I told Skilly this when the nuke was gonna go off. I knew this was gonna happen. Clearly, if you know anything about the story or about the history, you know what's going to happen. I was wondering how they're going to do the big reveal of the test nuke.
Can you leave room for Jesus between us and the car in front of us?
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Jeez.
Well,
you can't go anywhere. But no, my favorite thing, and I had no idea how it was going to play out, but when the nuke goes off visually and all of the audio cuts out except for Cillian Murphy or Oppenheimer's breathing was such a fucking fantastic choice. And then it was so intense.
Isn't that so I don't know if I can fact check this, but isn't that kind of what happens because
they're so far away, the sound doesn't the sound from an explosion
much slower than the speed of light.
There was an explosion in China. I keep seeing videos of that on Twitter.
Do I have to go left from here?
Similar thing. These people are maybe like a mile away.
I have to go left from here. Sorry, right? Because the white line's leading me left. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, just making sure. I don't want to go. I don't want to break the law.
Wait. Do priests have their driver's license? Are you supposed to be driving?
Jesus is taking the wheel.
Yeah. There you go. I don't think I could have made a better joke.
I think Mickey's in the boot.
Can you change while you're driving? That'd be amazing.
It would require
like the priest just has a transformation.
I own the church, bitch.
Mama always said, "The Lord maketh and the Lord taketh away."
But yeah, so the sonic boom from the explosion would take a while to get there. That's why it was so beautiful that they chose to do that. I'll say the other visual and audio thing that I think was such a great addition to really like relay the fact that Oppenheimer, for one, sees the world differently than we do, and also with his trauma. The biggest one was the particles, like him
when he kept seeing
often seeing the quantum level of the world, just throughout things, and then it also being, I don't know if you caught it, but in the explosion, it zoomed in on it, and it had a lot of the particles that he was seeing. Off. It was like that. Oh, I'm drooling right now.
You know, you brought up the sunscreen. The one thing that I really liked is that they kept pointing out in the movie, like, yeah, these are all men of science, and they have worked really hard on theorizing what could happen, but they don't really know until they actually test it, right?
So this was something.
It's like there's a possibility
that
we start a chain reaction and we destroy the entire world.
Obviously, that was a real thing, but that's something I've known for years, because that was a part of the physics course I was basically teaching myself at the time, was how to build a nuke, what actually went into a nuke, and how it all kind of worked. And one of the things was, and it was higher than 1%, the guy who originally did the math, it was concerning enough for them to actually spread it to try and figure out, is this gonna happen? Will we accidentally blow up the world?
Exactly. Now, before you keep talking, I do say the last part of the film, don't spoil it. I think people need to, if anyone's listening and hasn't seen it yet, they need to see it and then have that same feeling leaving the theater that everyone else did.
Yeah.
With that last line of the film.
They
well, is that something that was like
a very well known?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it played out. I mean, obviously it was dramatized, but I mean that ended up coming to a head. So yeah, but yeah, I agree. We probably shouldn't delve too much into that because that's the way they built the movie around it.
You guys want a candy bar?
So
I'll take one.
All right. You guys keep talking about Oppenheimer. I'll be right back.
I think. I'll take over the wheel.
Cletus has got to go to the bathroom.
No, it's shut.
Sorry.
What have you done?
Sorry.
What's happening?
Get out!
Sorry.
It
put me in there. It put me in there.
My car.
Sorry, it put me in there. Sorry about that.
How are you gonna pay Jesus back? You know he paid for this, right? You son
Oh God!
of a bitch.
Oh God! Oh God!
Clean! Mickey, why are your feet out of the car?
Shut the freak up!
Flintstoning. Can you see over the steering wheel?
Have you ever seen
I don't think you can see over the steering wheel. Look at the front of the car.
I'm so drunk I can see the engine. I'm like Oppenheimer. I see everything.
Listen, man. The only way I can drive this piece of shit car is if I huff the gas as it comes out. So you shut your goddamn mouth.
So I had something that I really wanted to say about Oppenheimer. So if you don't know, I mean, obviously it's based on the real events and everything, but the screenplay that Nolan and the other writers wrote is adapted from a novel named American Prometheus.
That was so cool as well. The references to Prometheus.
Yeah, by two writers. It's a good book, but this is one of the cases where the movie is better than the book.
I thought it was based on
real life
history.
Yes, it is.
It is. Shut up.
Sorry, I was trying to think of something funny. It's not.
This is one
Someone
case
compiled the information in a book.
I personally think the movie was better than the book in this case.
I think the movie was better in real life in this case.
Yeah, it was way better in real life, dude.
So they were talking about. Okay, I'm gonna go into a little bit of history here. But I don't want to spoil the movie, so we'll just pretend it's not.
Spoil the movie. Anyone can like.
You don't.
So-
I think this is a spoiler.
We've had a million spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Just don't do the ending. I want people to feel that raw.
John F. Kennedy.
I'll feel you raw.
He went into office with the opinion that nukes should be reduced. So, at the time, America and Russia had enough nuclear bombs to annihilate every major city in the world twice over.
That's
Between
still
them.
true today.
No, it's not. They have about 400, 500 each now, I believe, or maybe a little bit more.
Dude,
but
that's
it's really
the
low.
public information.
Okay, whatever. I'm not
Bullshit.
getting into politics. Shut up. The point is, when JF Kennedy made the agreement to reduce the number of nukes, that very same year, something that Oppenheimer would have been terrified of was invented. Have you ever heard of a MIRV?
Yes, we talked about this.
What? Yeah, it's for the podcast, Skilly.
I don't know what
We
a
already
MIRV
talked
is.
about this. You can't talk about it. No, I'm just kidding.
Explain.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Fuck you.
Why?
By the way, when I'm first person,
Look back.
when I'm first person, oh,
Mickey,
there.
look back. Mickey.
I am
Look back,
looking
you
back.
son of a bitch. No, you're not. Your
Yes,
head.
I am.
Your head is in the steering wheel.
Oh my god.
Dude, I love that. It's like when I'm in first person, I look over at you, Icy, and I literally only see your ears.
Anyway, so a MIRV is effectively a nuclear bomb.
Oh, hey, I got out of the car.
He's trying to find different buttons to press.
Are you getting in?
Yeah.
I almost said
Yeah,
bombs.
man, I'm trying.
Okay, so a MIRV, so the year that they agreed to scale back nuclear production, they agreed to scale it down to a certain level with Russia. But that was nuclear missiles. The problem was that very same year, something was invented called a MIRV. And I can't remember what it stands for. Skilly, you're going to need to fact check that. But it was effectively the capability to put 20 independent target-seeking missiles inside one rocket with a payload 10 or 20 times that of
where
the
I've heard that
original
word
atom
from.
bomb.
I've seen
MIRV
like
stands
renditions
for
of that
multiple
weapon.
re-entry vehicle.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah,
and they all
I've
had
seen that in
targeting
different games.
computers. So effectively, what would happen is the missile, to deliver it, the rocket, to deliver it, would go up sub-atmosphere, go over to the country, and then the tip would fall off, and 20 or 30 nukes would come out, rocket down to their targets, and explode. Now, at the time, what the
What did you just do? Kermit just threw a mine or a grenade or something. Kermit did something.
Anyway,
Get out, dude.
It's fine. It's on the road. At the time,
Are you trying?
are you gonna behave?
Yes, please.
What's happening? Where
What's
is
the
it?
timer on that?
I don't know.
I don't. The last
It's a
one didn't
proximity
explode.
mine, so
The last one didn't explode.
But yeah, at the time there was a whole thing where basically they would use turrets, conventional turrets, or rockets that would seek missiles and shoot them down.
running red lights for?
So
You're on
I
the
was
wrong
just
side of the
following the
road.
car in front of me.
You're on the
Sorry.
You're not driving correctly.
I'm sorry. There's police after us.
Talking about
Please
weapons of mass destruction. Jesus
All right,
Christ.
I got a ball. I got a ball this time.
Okay. Yeah, see, the
Forget
ball's
the ball.
acceptable. But yeah, so what they would do is they would put duds in the MIRVs. So there would be like 15 real nukes and then 5 what's called hot duds that would spread. What the hell is happening?
I don't know, but you
All right.
just made Rob's liquor have a crash, dude. Come on now.
Nope, dude, get out of the road! Oh God!
How are you pulling out weapons in the car?
I'm not telling you how. I'm just not. Dude, you're getting into a high-speed chase now?
The cops are
Dude,
after us
Mickey
'cause
can't
you
see.
blew it
Kermit,
up.
get
And
out.
now,
drive.
because you're running, we have 2 stars. Oh my
blew
God,
up the
dude.
road.
A
Dude.
high-speed chase while we're talking about Oppenheimer.
But yeah, so Oppenheimer.
All right, keep talking.
Absolutely phenomenal movie, dude.
It was fantastic.
God, and the whole storyline of the woman that he said he would always pick up for made my heart bleed.
Really?
Dude,
She
The
annoyed
woman
me.
he loved, but
The communist?
she loved him
Annoyed
back
you?
to get married.
no, like the idea that he would always
Florence Pugh's character.
he would
Yeah, the
always
communist.
pick up
Yeah.
and like look
Yeah,
after
yeah,
her.
she is
God damn it, they
communist,
spotted
right.
us.
Goddamn commies.
That's
you can't go through the bush. That's a
Grandpappy said they
solid
ruined
rock
his
bush.
country back in the 60s and 40s and 50s.
Dude, they really
So,
want us,
okay,
huh?
here's something I don't understand, because I'm British, right? And obviously I wasn't around during that area, but there's still kind of an
I pulled out
air.
a gun somehow. I don't know how.
Don't.
Hey, get us out of here, Mickey.
There's
Stop
still,
shooting.
There's still kind of an air in the US of like capitalism versus communism. What is, like, why was communism so vilified?
We had this talk. Go ahead and explain everything that Skilly explained to him exactly what you explained to me.
Oh, Skelly talked to you.
There's a lot of history there, but I think I'm gonna break it down socially. I don't want to get super political. I think socially, communism and the Communist Manifesto was fairly new as a political ideology.
Right.
And in my opinion, I think a lot of just like psychologists and stuff, you fear the new thing, right? And a lot of communist ideals were like the antithesis of democratic ideals, right?
Right.
And so that just meant immediately that Americans, and American politics were like ideologically opposed to it.
Can't go through that.
It opens.
There's a lot more there to unpack politically.
Yeah.
But we'll just
it's
leave
interesting
it
you
at
asked that, because that's one of the biggest questions I had too. Like, because I remember the wife was watching an I Love Lucy documentary.
Yeah.
And there was a moment when she was doing that show with her and her husband, where like in the middle of filming in front of an audience, they like were talking directly to
Skilly,
what's his
stop
name?
shooting! I'm hiding!
Yeah, stop shooting, dude.
God bless
They were talking directly
America.
to who's the FBI guy? What's his name? Edgar.
Fucking do it. J. Edgar Hoover, who
J.
was
Edgar Hoover,
he was the head of the FBI.
Talking to him directly, and they cleared her of being a communist on television in front of a
live studio
audience. Like, it was such a big deal. And that's like one of the first things I asked him. Like, dude, what do you think about that? Like, why was it such a big thing?
It was really interesting to me that everyone was so up about communists that they completely missed the fascists.
Well, so
like, no, they were
are we
communists.
We might be going too far into.
No, I just
going
mean
too
like
far into politics.
they were terrified of the communists before the war.
Well, there was America and Russia have always been ideologically opposed in a lot of ways politically.
Right.
And we've always been in a de facto arms race a lot of times, even though we were allies in World War II out of necessity, right?
Yeah.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend, or whatever bullshit you want to say in that regards, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a fact of there's a lot of complicated history, politics, and social things that play into it. But
I guess
it's fear.
Also,
I mean, it's like you said,
it's
it's the same thing with not on the same level, but like the Salem witch trials. Like, it's just so easy for people to put into a state of panic.
It also wouldn't have helped that Stalin had a deal with Adolfo. I don't want to say his name properly because I don't want to get this video ruined. To not.
I mean, we've already said the H
attack
guy.
or defend anything unless they were attacked first.
Listen, to not get super even more political, but to just socially for a minute. If you think about even if you're not American, if you know anything about America, right? The American dream and this idea that America is a country that anybody can come to, and you work hard and pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and you can have a good life, right? That doesn't exist in pure communism. That doesn't exist, right? Communist society is all about shared resources and wealth, right?
Yeah.
And so that was just at complete odds with how America
dream.
and Americans viewed itself, right? So,
So it makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Those waves look nice.
Thank you. Oh, I don't know why I'm saying thank you. Absolutely phenomenal.
Where the fuck are we?
I'm trying to get back to the road anymore. Skilly, please. Can we remove admin access for Skilly?
Cletus.
We can, yes. But that would ruin the fun, wouldn't it?
Don't you ruin Cletus's hootenanny back
here.
here.
Yeah, is that supposed to be the Golden Gate Bridge? Like,
probably.
Yeah. In this game.
We can go to it.
The game's
if Skilly would stop shooting.
Sure.
Let's go there.
Okay. But like the ripples on the map as well that he was seeing with the H-bomb.
Yeah. Dude, well, when he was on stage, and then, oh my god,
the blinding
light. It was so
Sorry.
Well, not just the blinding light, but when he starts to step off and walk away, and he's putting on that fake smile.
Yeah.
And he's walking over
Guys, I
bodies,
got a
and
fish.
he's. Oh, it was such a. God, I don't personally have PTSD, but I feel like I felt it for a moment.
I don't personally.
Well, I can't go out and say, oh, that's a great representation of what it's like to have PTSD. I just feel like I understood it to some level that they were clearly trying to communicate.
That is a
they did a really good job
point.
with it.
Like, I have never ever seen a representation of PTSD that has been that.
He's been throwing grenades. Just don't mind him.
Skilly.
What is that? What is that sound?
Skilly, please behave.
What is that sound? Oh my!
That was that sound. Weren't we supposed to be trying to obey the traffic laws?
We were, but you give Skilly. Oh, there's our first car. Oh, dude. The threat. I'll fucking do it again.
I'll fucking do it, dude.
And that's when I'm cutting back in.
That's appropriate though, because you know, Goofy is kind of a redneck.
Goofy, if you don't start behaving, I will shove my foot so far.
We need a
up
good.
your
Hey,
ass.
can someone in the comments post a link to like a proper Goofy character for GTA 5? We can't find one.
Yeah, we can't find one. Anyway, yeah. Are we done? Is that it? Are we? It's only been
we
30
could talk.
minutes.
I could talk forever about it.
Yeah, we could
It's
keep talking.
fantastic.
That was something I mentioned to Indy the other day that he didn't know about. Skilly, have you
What?
seen the Imitation Game?
Yes, yeah.
Indy hasn't.
What?
I
Benedict
haven't
Cumberbatch, right?
Yeah.
Played
I
Alan
hate
Turing.
that guy, dude. He's such a bad actor.
No, he's great, dude.
Like in real life and in behind the camera.
Oh, dude, he's so good. You are behind the camera.
I do like Benedict.
Well, in front of the camera, I guess.
I do like Benedict.
Depends on where the
Bumberpumps.
front of the camera is for you.
Oh, he was great. He's
When are we going
great
to the
in
Golden Gate Bridge?
that Sherlock Holmes series for BBC.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no, that was awful.
Skilly, please.
What? Well, I'll fucking do it, dude.
But okay.
That was it's a baseball, dude. It's okay.
No,
You had a
I
Molotov.
I'm just telling you right now. I got 2 wanted stars for throwing baseballs at
Okay,
people.
well, here's a snowball. All
got a
right, can I throw
snowball?
those? Yeah.
I guess hit a car. See if we get a wanted
Oh my
star.
word.
If you can.
Ah,
This
fuck,
is
it was a hit
just a
behind us.
nice, peaceful Sunday drive with Grandma.
Look behind it. She's got jizz on her window.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
you can throw snowballs. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where?
That's
oh,
not a
there's
snowball.
That's a flare.
Oop.
It's
I
okay.
love how we have to break the window to do it. We can't just roll down the
Do
window.
you know how expensive this car is?
I would have rolled it down if I was there.
It's
But
a
you can't afford it on a
I
stoner
don't
salary.
have opposable thumbs.
Hit
Scooby's
the stop
modeling
sign.
career not paying off.
Hit the stop sign. I can't hit the stop sign. There it is. That is not where I'm aiming.
Damn it, he came out. No. Why have we got a star?
Because I hit the stop sign, I guess. I don't know. Sorry, dude.
I didn't do anything there.
I got a star.
Well,
Anyway, yeah, Oppenheimer. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it.
Yeah.
what about
Definitely
the editing?
fund
We didn't
that-
talk too much about the editing.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
What?
editing
So
was
the
fantastic.
editing really threw me off at first. Like the really rapid
was very
cuts.
But it works.
I thought the cuts were
It
fantastic,
works.
though.
Yeah,
it
okay.
worked.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
they
understand
worked.
what Icy's saying. Like, at first, I was like, damn, this is moving. It seems like it's moving quickly. But then, as you, like...
Why?
I'll get the cops off of us, dude.
I'm
God.
getting the cops off of us, dumbass!
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't have much faith in Shaggy.
I hope that flung you through the window.
My grandpappy
Imagine
always
if it
taught me
could.
confront.
Wait, oh my God. He was like, come in, bitch. But yeah, the editing seemed pretty fast at the beginning, but it didn't really... Once you're like, I guess like 30 minutes in,
Yeah.
it really feels natural.
Listen, Paul's Moonshine makes
Also,
a good mob title.
it's being told
window.
from the perspective of Oppenheimer, right? And it also... Wait, why did I get out?
What just happened?
I don't know, I got out.
Can you please stop throwing
Turn
bombs?
off the music.
Turn off the music.
Skilly.
What?
There we go. But yeah, it felt natural, and being told from the perspective of Oppenheimer, it actually makes sense that his brain. I mean, I don't know if that was the intent, but it does kind of make sense.
I think it absolutely. I think
it's very snappy, and he is telling the story to these people in quick chunks, right? Like he's breaking it all down.
Fuck you
Oh God, dude, you almost hit a cop.
Stop! You got us another star by throwing a snowball at them. It's assault regardless if it's water.
Really?
Yeah, if you take a garden hose and you spray someone, it is assault in America.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, so a snowball is just hard water.
So if I spray Karen with my water hose because she gets in my face?
Yes, she could.
Damn.
She absolutely will. You guarantee
Skilly,
she called the cops.
I need you to look this up. But isn't heavy water used in actual nuclear power generation? Because that was what the Germans ended up chasing as a white rabbit for the bomb. How? I'm just trying to distract them from shooting people.
Heavy water is used as a moderator in some reactors for nuclear power generation because it slows down neutrons effectively and has a low probability of absorbing neutrons.
So during the movie, Indy, in case you didn't see the movie, they talk about how they were worried the Germans were 6 months ahead, but then their spies reported that the Germans were chasing heavy water as basically the way to compress the neutrons together to cause the... Right. I'm gonna fucking shoot him.
That was not me, bro! Dude,
where is the map?
We are hidden from the cops. We are hidden from the cops.
They literally... I can't see where I am. They can't see where I am.
Nope.
Skilly, put that gun away.
It's not out. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
He's just fiddling.
But yeah, no, that was just the science in general in that movie.
Yeah. Well, I know Nolan, whenever he tackles things like that, he's definitely going to do his due diligence and follow as accurately as possible. Clearly, it's a movie. There are parts of it that need to be dramatized, but I feel like he did it very tastefully.
Skilly, what did you just do?
What was that?
That was a flare. I don't know why it's shot multiple. I think we're broken.
We are.
I think we are
broken.
Anyway.
Everything keeps disappearing in front of us.
God, dude, what? Okay, here's a good point. What would you want Christopher Nolan, or who in history would you want Christopher Nolan to make a movie on? Because he absolutely blew it out of the park with Oppenheimer. Who else?
Genghis Khan.
Gandhi.
Do you think Gandhi would be that interesting? I don't know much about Gandhi.
I think Nolan could do it. Yes.
Genghis Khan,
maybe.
Dude.
I mean, JFK. JFK.
Skilly, please.
Also,
stop.
I wanted to point out. I laughed at it while you were talking, but I love how like anybody who says JFK, it's either JFK or John F. Kennedy. Icy, you said JF Kennedy. I don't think I've ever heard that. No, there's nothing wrong with it. I just never hear. You always hear JFK or John F. Kennedy. You never hear JF Kennedy.
Yeah.
I just found that particularly
I need to get off
funny.
this goddamn rail track so we can get back on with our Sunday drive.
It is so freaking loud.
I know. I'm sorry.
You have a go XLR. Turn it down.
Guys,
gonna set a nuke off, dude.
I think we need to make a stop for Shaggy.
Sunday drive next to the water. How about that?
There we go. That's
okay.
Nice. Jesus Christ.
What?
He threw a grenade out.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by our podcast.
Go see Oppenheimer.
We're not done. We're not done. We're not done.
We are done.
We're not done.
We said everything we needed to say.
Ow!
Hey, I listen. I didn't do. I'm just gonna walk away peacefully. Come on, man. Wait, I do have opposable thumbs. I never noticed that before.
Go into the sunset, brother.
That wasn't that long. I feel like we should talk longer.
You should tell him, like, just look at the
what
flowers.
else is there to talk about?
I mean, we could reiterate on the same points. Well, who are we? Movie critics? Just want to talk about how much we love the movie. It's very clear that we love the movie. You know, everyone should go see it. That was cool. How do you do that?
X on the controller, I guess.
Ow.
I can't do that. I don't know what it is.
Why do you just keep killing me?
Because I know you're gonna kill me.
Ow! Stop beating me up! Stop beating me up!
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, brother. I cannot aim with a controller. Oh
hey,
my god.
That was the inaugural episode of
Sunday Drive with Grandma.
Sunday Drive with Grandmas.
Yeah.
Look at that. Skilly really wants to talk more about it.
Yeah. Goodness. Okay. Next topics. What do you guys want to
complain? I have to complain about XQC at some point. So
yeah.
we need to dedicate an entire
I guess that's what we're talking about next.
Well, that'll just be reaction content with the XQC drama flavor, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much about XQC as a person.
That's fine. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah. So
he's
I'll
a piece
be
of
great.
shit.
What? Don't talk about it now.
Oh, I thought we were doing it right now.
No,
we're not doing it right now.
End the recordings. This drive is over.
It is?